Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah. I am a self-improvement coach, trauma coach, and content creator. This video is a part 2 of another video I did. If you did not watch it yet, I will try to remember to link in the description. And it is basically the video for any Muslim who is just going through a hard time and needs a bit of hope and needs some support. This video is for you. I mentioned a lot of things in the last video, and I'm just going to recap for anyone who's coming to this video first. I have been there, done that, have the t-shirt. I've had many difficult years in my life. I remember feeling like it was never ending. I remember at one point like sitting down and having a breakdown, crying, saying like, if this is the rest of my life, I don't know how I'm supposed to endure this, because this is a long time. It wasn't just a few months. It wasn't just 1 year or 2 years. It was several years. And being on the other side of it means that I have been given the opportunity to really support other Muslims through their journey through the season of hardship. And I have a trauma coaching program. It's a group coaching program. Information will be linked in the description. And I'm able to offer that because of this. And so I hope that this video is helpful for anyone who is going through a hard time. And I encourage you to go watch the first video after this. Again, if this is the first one you're coming to. Okay, what did I wish I knew? What did I wish someone told me? What did I wish someone told me? It will get better. It will get better. Hey, listen, I know you don't believe me. I know you're hearing me right now and you're like, Hannah doesn't know. No, you don't know. You don't know my situation. You don't know my circumstances. You don't know. Okay, I have 20 years of knowing it'll get better. I can't promise you when. I can't promise you how. I can't promise you through what avenues. But I promise you it will get better. That's number one. Number two, one of your greatest tools to get better. Oh my gosh, let me not play myself. Let me see if my video is recording. 1 second, guys. My camera kept going off and I was like, please don't let me lose the content. Number two is one of your greatest tools of dealing with this hardship is yourself. You are your greatest tool. You are the beacon of transformation and the one person who has the capacity and ability and autonomy to make the differences that you need to make in your life. So here's the thing, right? There's this thing called locus of control. It's a psychology concept, and it's a therapy technique that's also used. So think about it this way, right? You exist in a world where there are a lot of things you can't control. You can't control the weather. You can't control the economy. You can't control what family you were born into. That's outside of your locus of control. But then there are a lot of things you can control. Okay? During the season of hardship, you need to start picking things that you can control and optimizing them. I am a God-conscious self-improvement coach, which means the core of my philosophy is that you can do something about it. And I've seen too many people who neglected that belief and stayed in misery for way too long. And then when they finally allowed it to click and actually believed it, and even just, you don't even have to believe it. You can try something before you fully believe it. And then the results come and then you're like, oh wait, there might be something to this. But once they actually did something and believed it, all of a sudden life is better. And then they're like, oh my gosh, bro, why didn't I do this earlier? You have the ability. I have a quick plug here, just throwing it out there. One-on-one self-improvement coaching. I have a program that I worked very hard on. It is extremely systematic, extremely intentional. It will get you results if you follow the program. It will help you. If you are interested in something like that, my pricing is great for, especially again with the coaching industry and how it is and how systematic my approach is. If you just want to explore the option, maybe you don't want to book anything yet, go to the link. You will see it'll take you to my page. You'll see my philosophy. You'll see what my system is. It breaks it down very well for you, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and then you can decide if you would like to work with me. If not, that is completely fine. Please enjoy the free content that I put out on YouTube, on my blog, on TikTok, all that good stuff. But anyways, know that you have capacity and you're able to do things. All those, there are certain aspects you can control, and those, the beautiful thing about that is like when you start finding yourself doing things that are right, doing the hard things, that gives you a little bit of a boost of confidence, but also hope that maybe if I can affect this aspect of my life, I can affect that aspect of my life. And sometimes instead of going straight for the beast itself and whatever it is, when you're going to the smaller beasts, I guess if we're using that metaphor, it helps you to build the endurance that you need and the skills that you need to finally tackle the beast when that time comes. Right. People will always say it's like you can't control the circumstances, but you can control how you react. You can control, control how you react. I don't like that. I don't like that because I think it does not fully account for the reality of trauma in people's lives. And when you endure hardship, especially for a long time, it's very traumatizing. And trauma as a point of just how it operates is an event that literally changes the way our nervous system operates, and our brain will start doing things against our better judgment to protect us. So this, you can control how you react. Sometimes that amount of control you have is so little because your nervous system has put in automations to protect you. And so I don't like that because I kind of feel like it's a little bit overblowing the steps that it takes to get to that point. It's almost, and it shames people who feel like, well, I feel like I can't control how I react. I feel like I'm operating on automatics. For people like that, it's like you feel like there's something wrong with you. So that's not the case. So I wish someone would have told me that you not being able to control how you react initially is not because you're unhinged or you're crazy or you have no self-control. It's because your brain is protecting you, and what you need to do is you need to learn how to bring awareness to those reactions when they happen so you can catch your brain before it allows the reaction to start, and you start learning how to use nervous system regulation techniques. This is my group coaching program, teaches a lot of this really down to the system. To be able to change those reactions. At that point, then you can control how you react, and life gets so much better because you're not dealing with these intense emotions that are completely throwing you off and ruining your day, and then you're not having to deal with the aftermath of those emotions as well, right? When you start making these changes and so now you have a little bit of control over certain aspects of your life, you're watching yourself move further, and whatever it is, it doesn't have to be something crazy. Maybe it's quite literally the way you dress, right? Maybe it's like, okay, I'm going to start putting a little more effort into the way I dress, obviously with the rules of Islam and modesty in mind. So when you do something like that, now you're showing up in the world in a different way. You gained a bit of, it's a little win. And it gives you a little bit of encouragement. So it's like, what's the next thing I have the confidence to try? Well, maybe I'm going to start to address my emotional eating, or maybe I'm going to start to work on a project I want to. Maybe I'm going to apply myself more at work, or maybe I'm going to finally start that program that I want to, or learn that skill that I want to. Maybe I'm going to start hanging out with people, that I kind of abandoned. Or if you're an isolator, I used to be an isolator. I'm going to start putting myself out there more and being more social. There are lots of ways that it shows up, but it's like, do you see what I'm saying? You're setting the landscape up in your favor. Then at the same time, you are managing your nervous system's dysregulation. You're doing the things that you need to do to change the way your reactions happen and gaining more and more control, so you're not having those constant experiences of emotional overwhelm and feeling like flooded, right? So let me think if there's anything else that I want to say to you guys. I think that's it. I like to add one thing, subhanAllah. The other thing is, and no one needed to tell me this, alhamdulillah, because it was a very big part of my life already, but develop a relationship with this. This is one of my 2 masahif, but develop a relationship with the Quran. Coming to this book and having alone time with this book brings you so much peace and so much closeness. And it is no coincidence when you come to words in the Quran that resonate with the experience you're having, when you come across the verses about Ya'qub alayhi salam and his pain and difficulty, when you hear about Ibrahim, in the struggles that he went through dealing with his father, or you read about Musa alayhi salam and his du'as of desperation, it is not a coincidence that Allah allows you to come across those verses. If you do not come to this book, you are cutting off the opportunity for Allah to present you with those verses of hope and the verses of guidance on what to do. Not only that, but understand that we live in a physical world. Yes, everything around me I can touch, right? But we live in a metaphysical world as well. So although I'm holding this book and I'm reciting, know that the metaphysical aspect is that the words of the Quran have a true spiritual effect on us. And they are doing things to us that we cannot measure and enumerate. I'm sure at one point, like, people are going to start finding, this is actually already there. There are things, I'm not getting into it. But you lose that opportunity for those effects. And you need that. You need to pull your strength and your source. You need to pull your strength of will from something much deeper than yourself. And that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we connect with Him through dua, we connect with Him through salah, and we connect with Him through His words. Guys, if you like this video, then please hit the like button. It takes you less than a second, please. And you can subscribe for more content like this and more content on God Conscious Self-Improvement. Subscribe to my newsletter below. You will get a How to Heal Trauma ebook, as well as a Guide to God Conscious Self-Improvement ebook for completely free. And any information about my trauma group coaching program and my one-on-one coaching is going to be in the description as well. I will see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you so much for watching.